you need to hear the word continuously. You know, it said faith comes by hearing. Faith comes by hearing. Just let me. This to. All right. Faith comes by hearing, and the more you hear, the more you develop in faith. The more you hear, you need faith to do anything you want to do in life. You need faith to survive. You need faith to succeed. You need faith to even please God. He said, without faith, it is impossible to please God. Without faith, no matter the religion that you have, no matter what you profess, he said, without faith, it is impossible to please God. You know, talking about that quickly, you know, somebody, you know, one day I was just praying sometimes, and that thing said, I was just meditating on that word, that without faith, it is impossible to please God. And then another place in the Holy Books, the book of Proverbs said, it said, when a man's way pleases the Lord, he will cause even his enemies to be at peace with him. Now, please get that word. I want you to get that word. I want us to meditate. So, because this is more of a practice, this is not a church, it's not a preaching, it's not this, it's an inspirational class. Now, listen, it said, without faith, it is impossible to please God. And he said, when a man's way pleases the Lord, he will cause even his enemies to be at peace with him. Now, when a man's way pleases the Lord. Now, get that word. It said, without faith, it is impossible. That means it is impossible. There's nothing you want to do that is going to please God if you don't have faith. If there's nothing, he said, without faith, it is impossible to please God. Now, he said, when a man's way pleases the Lord, that means when a man has faith, that means God will now allow his enemies to be at peace with him. You see, everything that we're doing in life has to do with faith. Well, maybe this is the first time you're joining us on this channel. My name is Olusola Popoola, a chartered accountant, investment advisor, and also a life coach. More of an inspirational speaker than a motivational speaker. You know, looking at what is it? Inspirational speaker, motivational speaker. Somebody said, how long can you remain motivated? How long can you remain? Somebody gives you a motivation. How long can you remain motivated? Do you need motivational talk every time? I said, well, you don't need it every time. It's just like when you take your bath, you are clean. Do you need to take your bath every time? If it's yes, then you need to be motivated every time. Do you eat food? You eat food and you are full. Do you need to be eating every time? Yes, you need to be eating every time. So you need something to motivate you as per time. But at the same time, when we talk about inspirational ignites something in you. I can only motivate you for a moment in time. You can only be motivated for a moment in time. But when the inspiration, I said there's a spirit in man. The Spirit of God grants understanding. There's a spirit in you that is ignited when you are inspired. You are inspired. When you are inspired, you get new ideas. When you get inspired, you get motivated. You are self-motivated. Well, that is just to start the talk tonight. Tonight, we're going to be looking basically at one of the things that affects us as individuals. Some of us grow with it. Some of us are struggling with it and things. And as much as possible, if we want to be successful, especially in this part of the world, if we want to be successful as an individual, this is an aspect of you that you need to overcome. This is an aspect of you. I always say that when I come up on air, there's always someone. It might not be everybody. This might not be the thing that you are battling with, but there's always someone who this is meant for. And I pray that person is you. Now, talking about this, we're talking about low self-esteem. Wow. Low self-esteem. How has it affected you as an individual? How has it affected people that are around you? When you say low self-esteem, what do we mean by that? Do you know that low self-esteem has made a lot of people not to achieve their definite goals in life? Low self-esteem. You have the sense of insecurity. You feel somebody else is better than you. Just naturally, not naturally now, by, is it conception? I don't know how. Have you noticed something? When in Africa, in Nigeria generally, when a black man, you understand, when a black man is standing beside a white man, for some people, there's a sense of insecurity. There's a sense that this person is superior. There's a sense that this person is better. And then you want to, you go out there. For those ones that have had the privilege of traveling, you go out. The only reason why they are looking at you is because you are the only black man walking on the street. Others are white. Now, but then you here in Nigeria or in other parts of Africa, the black country, when a white man comes, you tend to idolize. You tend to look with, you try to treat specially. Do you understand? Many of us, now, if you look at it, you are the same thing except for your colors. We thank God for what is happening in the US now. We say for Floyd, we thank God for his life. We pray the Lord rest him in perfect peace. And then, it's making a lot of things to happen. So part of the things that cause this thing is when you begin to look at your life and you look at the things that you are supposed to have achieved, or you look at where you are going and you see where are you now, that thing just creeps in. I personally, at a point in time, I had this low self-esteem. Growing up, thank God for my parents. They did all they can to make us, grow, give us the best. But then I'm one out of 8 children. And then my father was in the military. And we grew up in a place called the NAF base, what you call the barracks in Kaduna. And that place was such that, you can imagine almost 10 of us staying in a 2-bedroom apartment. And it was a kind of struggle growing up. So growing up with this struggle, when I go to school, and by the grace of God, my parents were able to put me into schools that would challenge my thoughts. I went to some of the best schools. Then I went to Air Force Primary School. And then you are in that class, you have children of officers, senior officers that are in the class with you. And you are looking and saying, well, what is happening? Why is my own different? Why am I different? Why will these people be having sandwich? They do sandwich and this and be eating during break. And you are looking for the granite you put in your pocket, and you are sneaking to eat the granite when you can't eat your own sandwich. The own sandwich that you can do, maybe you take bread and you pour granite inside. That's your own sandwich. And that's how growing up, it was like that. Then grew up, then got to the point to go to the higher institution. Oh, I found myself in the Polytechnic. The Polytechnic, even up till now, there's a kind of separation. What do I call it? Between the Polytechnic and the university. And then I go, even before that, when we go to this, let me even take it, that was primary school. When we got to secondary school, in the secondary school, I went to a very good secondary school also, Command Secondary School, Jos. I always loved that school. Always loved to announce it. Now, when you are coming into the school, all the students will line up. You carry your box. You will carry your box. And at the gate, they will say, open your box, so that they will, the house masters, they will have to inspect the things you are taking in. Oh my God. And there are some of us, that time. When parents struggle to take you to a very good school. Now, boarding house. I don't know, some of you might not know it. There's one box they call apathy. It's like iron box. iron box. This generation, most people won't know that. Now, this iron box, is iron. Then they will now put two big padlocks. Then your uniform, they will write your name like this so that nobody will steal that one uniform that you have. Then at the gates, the children of the school I went to, you see the Babangida's children, the general's children. And by the time they are coming into the school with their own boxes, 1, 2, they will, as they are coming in, they are strolling in, and then some oddlies are carrying their boxes behind them. And by the time they get to they open their box, one box is filled with provision, then the other box with their clothes. Then you will see 3 packets of golden morn, cornflakes, sugar, this and you don't even see Gary in their own. Then, some of us will stay. I know what is in my own box. I know my own box. And for me to open my box in public, oh my God, no. So even though I arrived early to school, I will put the box down. Who is the owner of this box? Who is the owner of this apartment? For where we will stand at the far corner and be watching, looking at the people that we felt are so high up there. It's when they have finished their own and they have gone and it's already getting dark. That is when I will now come and carry my own box. Where have you been this morning? I know, sir. Okay, open your box. What is a provision? Gari, kuli. That is it. I'm telling you, for you to even get gari and kuli, the parents have tried. I don't know how many of you relate with this story. It was so. Now, that ordinarily makes me, when these people are talking, you keep quiet and you are watching. You feel low. You feel you are lesser. You feel you are not, somebody is telling you, we went to England on vacation. We went to this, where we go for vacation? Vacation. What is the meaning of that? So, ladies and gentlemen, it was as if one was growing up with that low self-esteem. And get to the university again. No, you didn't go to the university, you went to the polytechnic. Oh, when guys are talking, they went to the university. Even all my younger ones went to the university. When they are talking about university life, what am I going to say about polytechnic life? So I was battling with a lot of, even though I tried to put a bone face, but inside, all the struggling is just like struggling to match up. When you want to do things, you now do it extraordinarily. That's why somebody said something, not anything. He said people that are gifted in height, well gifted in height, they are they are closer to the ground than to the top, gifted in height. He said when they are talking, he said they talk loud. Why do they talk loud? They talk loud so that they will use that loudness to cover the gap of the height. I don't know that you've heard it before. But what is bringing that? Low self-esteem. I don't know how it has affected you. But tonight we're going to look at some things and see how do we address this. I used my own, your own story might be different. Yours might be in career. Yours might be in your marriage. You are in a marriage, between the man and the woman, your wife is opportune to be earning better than you are earning, and the man is feeling insecurity. And, things that you want to do as a man, you are unable to do it because you feel, wow, I don't want to do this now. And then, she's the one winning the bread. Well, there must always be a breadwinner now. And they say if there's a breadwinner, there must be a bread eater. But then how are you going to change that perspective? So here we're going to talk on how to write this. Okay, somebody say write on our life experiences. Yes, I don't like talking about something that happened to an Oyibo man. No, let's talk about, we are in Africa here. We know a lot of things that is happening amongst us. So overcoming low self-esteem, what matters most, ladies and gentlemen, is how you see yourself. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? So talking about how you see yourself, you see, oftentimes the first thing we want to always address in our trainings is, because the essence of this is for us to be successful. Is for us to be successful. And every night, the first thing I want to tell you before I do go into the core presentation is to define what success is to us. Because a picture of what success is to you will determine how you want to pursue it. Now, here we say success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. By now, you should be committing that word to mind if you have been on this program for quite a time. You know, that's Earl Nightingale. It says success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Progressive realization. So that means there's a place you are going to. There's something that you want to achieve. You want to learn a skill. So you continue to work towards learning that skill. But there are a lot of things that are on the path. You know, just like we always say that success is a journey. Success is a journey. You see, it's a progressive realization. Success is not a sudden achievement. No, if it's sudden achievement, very soon it goes. Success is not what you achieve at the end. It's who you become in the process of achieving your goal. Get that, please. Success is not. You see, I want to buy this phone. I want to buy a mobile phone. If I buy this mobile phone, oh God, I will say, thank God I'm successful at it. Are you getting it? But then, getting this mobile phone, I have to get some money. I have to work for some money. In the process of working for some money, some people will insult me. I will take that insult. Oh, I will have to go early. By time, I have to be in the office by so time. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to comply with some things before I'm able to gather enough money to buy the phone. And then once I buy the phone or once I build the house, people will say, oh, you are successful. No, it is not the success. It is not what you achieved at the end, but what you become. What you become in the process. In the process, success is a process. So, having said that, now let's look at what low self-esteem is. How will low self-esteem affect you in your journey to success? We say low self-esteem is characterized by lack of confidence. That is the key word. Lack of confidence and feeling badly about oneself. You feel badly about yourself. Why am I like this? Why was I born here? Why is it that these are the parents that gave birth to me? Oh, I should have been born in the US. My parents should have been the rich people. Oh, why am I born into this family? Why did I marry my spouse? Why am I doing this job? Low self-esteem. If I had the option, this is not what I would be doing. Low self-esteem. And because of that, it weighs you down. And it is a state of your mind. People with low self-esteem often feel unlovable. I love everybody, but nobody is loving me. I don't know. Nobody is showing me love. They feel awkward. When people are speaking, they say, talk now. These are your mates. You feel awkward. You don't feel as if you belong in that place. They feel incompetent. Oh, that low self-esteem, do you know that low self-esteem makes people to even price themselves so low? Somebody picks up this, is selling a service for 100,000. The same service you are rendering, you are giving your own at 5,000, 10,000. Low self-esteem because you are afraid. Hey, if I call it this price, will they accept it? Will people accept me? You don't feel confident. You feel your own is not good enough. Why is it that we see something brought in from US and something made in Nigeria? Oh, you want to, even though that one in the US might not be as good, but you want to go for it. Because here, it's like everybody is operating under an incompetent. You feel everybody is as incompetent as you are. Often, individuals lacking self-esteem see rejection and disapproval even when there isn't any. Even when nobody is criticizing you, you feel they are criticizing you. Even when they are not talking about you, you feel they are talking about you. I remember a time when I couldn't, I was running my office and then things went wrong in the office. I couldn't, at a point, I couldn't pay my staff salary again. I couldn't pay their salary. And I was, when I'm coming to the office and you see 2 or 3 of them gathered together, where 2 or 3 are gathered together and you see them gisting, in your mind is as if they are talking about you. Maybe they are just gisting their own, but inside my mind, it's as if they are talking about low self-esteem. Even when things, so you say, I don't know how you are feeling it. We have different things for different folks, but how do you get over this? For you to get over low self-esteem, one thing that you need is confidence. Confidence. Because the opposite, because when you are looking at a word, before you look at how do I do it, you want to look at the opposite of low self-esteem, the right word, because if you look at the word, they will say lack of confidence. So I highlighted this and say, what is then confidence? What is confidence itself? We say confidence means feeling sure of yourself. When you are very sure of yourself and your abilities, not in an arrogant way anyway, but in a realistic and secure way. You are so sure of yourself. I kind of imagine how the Tafawa Balewas, how the Awolowos, how they felt when they were sitting down with the white guys, when they were talking about independence of Nigeria. A kind of feeling inside of them, not that of arrogance, a kind of feeling inside that you can do it. You go to a place and you look at it, you are going for an interview, you have that confidence that what are they doing here? I can do it. Even though I don't know it yet, I can learn it. Confidence isn't about feeling superior to others. Please don't get it twisted. Confidence is not about charisma. Don't get it twisted. Some of us say he has the charisma. No. Somebody that has the charisma might not have the confidence. Charisma is different. Charisma cannot even make you successful. We have a lot of people who have good charisma, but they never got there. I remember when in the story when people were looking for a king in Israel, they saw one guy. They say he's tall, lanky, he's tall, huge, and handsome, and everybody. They say this man must be the one. This one is our king. And they put that guy, Saul, to become the king. You know the story. What ended? The man couldn't even go to fight battle. He was afraid. But there's another man who was not as, having so much charisma like him, but he had what? Confidence. The one called David. Confident people, they feel ready for everyday challenges, like tests. Life is full of challenges. Things will challenge you. When you set goals for yourself, there are things that will challenge your goal. But you must face life with absolute confidence that I can do it. I can do it. The confidence. Now, see, let me tell you something. People talk about positive thinking. Positive thinking. Let me tell you the truth. Positive thinking will not do you anything. Positive thinking will not do you anything, but it can make you achieve anything. Positive thinking may not make you do everything, but it will make you achieve everything. Just like me, I say I have positive thinking. They said, motivational speaking, have positive thinking. Oh my God, who is this person writing on my screen here? All right. Just a minute. Let me remove these. Somebody is writing on the screen. Just a minute. Sorry, please. Okay. All right. Thank you. Please, let's control ourselves. All right. So I said, I want to go and fight. I have a positive mental attitude, and I want to go and fight Joshua. Is it the world heavyweight champion? I said, I have positive attitude. I want to go and fight him. Oh my God. One punch from that guy gets you on. So it's not, when you are talking about positive thinking, which is part of what is going to bring confidence to you, it's not, but do you know that I can think positively on how to overcome a situation? I can think positively. I can be so positive that even when that guy is punching me, I see myself winning. So, but let's just go on. Confidence. How do you get confidence? How do you overcome lack of self-confidence? Ladies and gentlemen, everything starts and ends with your mind. Your confidence level, your lack of confidence is in your mind. What is the state of your mind? I will always say it, and as I've read it and understood it, it said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. So as a man thinks in his heart, a man feeling that is not worth it, a man feeling that he cannot do it, you will see that thing play out in the life of that person. It is just a natural reflection of your inner man. Self-confidence. When you lack self-confidence, it shows in your work. It shows in your attitude. It shows in the way you relate with people. You begin to play the second fiddle. You are unable to champion a cause. How do you overcome this? Everything starts with your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you one assurance. A man that can control his mind, a man that can set his mind aright, will control his world. So the biggest place to address, most of the time that we talk about addressing lack of self-esteem, they say, do this, do this, do this. Let me tell you the truth. The root cause of it, if you don't address the root, you can go to many motivational speakers, you can attend this thing, you can read books. If you are not ready to address the mind, the only way a transformation can come to you, the only way in which you can become a confident person is to bring the transformation from the mind. It said, the good book said, it said something, one of the scriptures says something. It said that be not conformed to this world. Be not conformed to this world. What is saying, most of us are very religious. We read all these things, all the scriptures, and we put all this religious mentality into it. But when it says do not be conformed to this world, it's saying what it's saying is don't let other people's opinion to determine your own reality. Don't allow other people's opinion of you to determine your reality, to determine who you are. Do not be conformed to this world. People that are saying you can't do it. People that are saying it can't work for you. People that are saying you are not qualified. Ladies and gentlemen, whoever told me, Olusola Popoola, that you will be qualified enough to start talking on air to people like this. A man that felt that he does not have confidence. I felt what I'm doing, I can never do it. I felt I cannot face a crowd. But now I've been able to overcome that because if anybody say, come, who is your father? What is your pedigree? What do you have? What certificate do you have? Where did you go to school? Did you go to Harvard? Who is that person speaking? But then I have to look away from all these. He said, do not be conformed to this world. Don't agree with what people are saying concerning you. He said, but be transformed. Be transformed. Look at, when you say transformation, this thing is black, then it becomes white. He said, but be transformed. How does this transformation come? Now, this is not talking about your religious belief. It's not talking about your family belief. It's a transformation, marital transformation, business transformation, spiritual transformation, every transformation. It did not say, it just said, but be transformed. How does the transformation come? By the renewing of your mind. By the renewing of your mind. You have to change the way you think. So one thing that you must do to have a winning mentality, to have self-confidence, is to adopt the winning mindset. What is the winning mindset? I use the word winning mindset because I don't know, you know, it depends on the area where you are feeling low self-esteem, whether your career, your marriage and things, but there's an area that you feel that you are not measuring up. Now, you must have a winning mindset. And in having a winning mindset, before you start building self-confidence, you need the mindset for it. And since this is the goal, you need that success mindset. Oh, as a husband, I'm feeling low self-esteem in my home, in my marriage. One thing I want to start doing, I want to see myself as a successful husband. In business, oh, I've done businesses and I've not been successful. I've done this, and because of that, it's weighing down on me. No, I want to start seeing myself as a successful business person. In my appraiser in the office, I've been your appraiser has continuously been, you couldn't meet the target, your sales target, you couldn't meet and then you are almost being put on the list of redundancy or retrenchment. And then you are thinking, ladies and gentlemen, begin to change that mindset. Don't see yourself with the eyes that people see you. See yourself with the goal that you want to achieve. What level do I want to achieve? This is the end of COVID-19. A lot of people are saying, how are we going to survive? How are things going to be? I begin to look at myself as winning even in this period. You need to think like the best in your field. That area that you want to succeed in, you want to be a good husband. Can you start thinking as a good husband? You want to be a good father. Can you start thinking as a good father? You want to be a good businessman. Can you start thinking as a good businessman? How do you start thinking? You've not been brought up that way. You are not taught that way. So how do you start thinking like them? Seek them out. Look for people who are achieving the kind of results you want to achieve. Look for people who are attaining that result. Who are the people that are achieving that kind of goal that you want to achieve? Read their books. Start to understand how they think. When you feel you are now in tune with their thinking, then you are ready to start in your field. Whatsoever it is you want to achieve, ladies and gentlemen, thank God for this thing they call the internet, the Google, the things. You can go in and begin to read books, begin to learn. If you can't read, look for somebody who is successful. Met somebody, a man, a lady, the children, wonderful children. You want to see a kind of perfection. You kind of look at them and say, how did you, that day I had to go meet them before my children even got to the age, because she was having teenagers. I said, come, ma, how were you able to train your children that they were able to do this and do this and do it? Because I see them, I admire them. I want to have a family that will just look like what I'm seeing. I don't know what is going on inside, but like what I'm seeing, wow, how did you achieve this? You want to look at who is getting that kind of result. So the next thing is, you want that thing that you see, that you admire. What's that area that has been giving you that low self-esteem? Remember, I said it is a mindset issue. Now, you want to write out this thing down. You want to write down those areas that you have had low self-esteem. Now, you want to look at, these are the areas I need to build confidence in. I need to build confidence in my business. I want to build confidence in my relationship. Now, you have to write it down. Now, when you write it down, look at it, take out some paper and start writing about your mindset now. You see, it's not enough. You know, one thing I don't like is just to talk to people, inspire them. No, if you don't take action, you know, it says wisdom is the principal thing. In all thy gettings, get understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. When we say wisdom is the principal thing, like I explain in all my trainings, I always tell you, I say, wisdom, you know, there's what you call knowledge. There's what you call information, knowledge. Knowledge is information. You most of you have heard of self-esteem and things, how to grow self-esteem. You've had it. You have the knowledge. You've even had from maybe bigger teachers than you know, speakers that you've gone to listen to. Fine. Getting the knowledge is one. Then we have the one we call knowledge. After knowledge, there's what we call understanding. Understanding means comprehension. I'm speaking to you. You are now getting to see this thing clearly, and you are looking at which aspect is this thing affecting me. That's comprehension. Then we say the next one after understanding is the one we call wisdom. Wisdom is application. The application of knowledge is wisdom. The application of knowledge is wisdom. That's why I say Jesus is the express wisdom of God. Jesus is the express wisdom of God because God loves in action. Now, so get that mindset. If you don't get a paper now, tonight, which area do I need to build my self-esteem? Which area do I need to build confidence in? You begin to write it out. Write out the new mindset. What would you do now that you have this confidence mindset? So, ladies and gentlemen, quickly, whatever you come up with is good, so long as it's in line with the mindset you have now adopted. Whatsoever you say you want to achieve is good. This part requires total honesty. You must be honest to yourself. It's not about inferiority complex now. We're not talking about esteem from the inside of you. You know, some of us, it's not that I want to be the boss. It's not I want to be the boss. If I have, you know, I have somebody said he wants to build an upstairs in his village. Why do you want to build an upstairs? He said, if I build it, I want to stay at my balcony, and anybody walking, I'll just be pouring spit. I'll just be spitting on them. That's why he wants to build an upstairs. And do you think he will ever build one there? Are you there? So this part requires honesty. Why do you need confidence in this area? Is it because you want to be arrogant? Is it because you want to challenge? Why? You must be able to state. So don't get lost in these details too. You can add those more to it. Then write down and internalize your goal. Ladies and gentlemen, that is one aspect you need to do. You must write that aspect that you want to build. Remember, I told you it's a thing of the mindset, it's a thing of the mind, it's a thing of the mind. So you have to write it down and you have to internalize it. You know, I always say that there's something that when I was trying to, there are some goals, different goals that I have in life that I want to achieve. And some of them, I wrote them down, and oftentimes I will take them and I will try to read them to myself. See, this is where the word called faith comes in. The word faith. If somebody calls your name now, Tunde, you will turn. But why? How do you agree that your name is Tunde? Why? Because you've heard it. You've heard it. You've heard it. You've heard it over and over and over again, that you know and believe that yes, my name is Tunde. Whatsoever you internalize becomes part of you. You try to internalize that thing that you call self-confidence. Those areas that you have written down, you have to say them to yourself. Is a goal. Getting confidence. Now, let's put it that this is your goal. So you write it out. It is very crucial for your success, ladies and gentlemen. My dear, it is very crucial that you get this aspect right. Internalize it. And the way you internalize it is like setting it out like a goal for yourself. You see yourself confident in an area, building the esteem in an area. You want to say it every time. I'm happy and grateful now that I have self-confidence. I am happy and grateful now that I can achieve this. I am happy and grateful. Now, the thing is this. People that want to, they never get there. People that want to, I want to be self-confident. No, I'm going to. No, you don't go to. You begin to have it. You begin to have it. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have self-confidence in myself. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am the best staff in my company. I'm so happy and grateful now that I can approach any customer as a marketer. I'm so happy and grateful now that I can market my product. I'm so happy and grateful now. See, ladies and gentlemen, I told you it's a thing of the mind. It's a thing that has to do with your subconscious mind. As you are speaking it, your subconscious mind does not know yesterday. Your subconscious mind does not know today. It does not know tomorrow. It knows now. So as you are internalizing it, you are speaking it to yourself. You are speaking it to yourself. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. The more you speak it to yourself, the more it becomes part of you. You know, I have this that I always like to play around with, and it's one of my goals. I said it as a goal. I just wanted to put you as an example for you. Oh, I said, if you've never seen a millionaire mentor before, yes, this is one. Have you ever seen $1 million before? Maybe you've not seen. Well, this is one. Well, how do I come? I said, I desire to have $1 million. It's one of my goals for the year. So I'm not saying that I'm going to have $1 million. I am so happy and grateful now that I have earned over and above $1 million by December 31st, 2020. Glory be to God. So I see this. I put it in my mind. As a matter of fact, I see it every time. I internalize it. And let me tell you this. The more you internalize it, let me show you. See, anything you want to achieve, you want to look for ways of internalizing it. Let me show you things. Look at this is my laptop. Can you see the background? That means every time that I need to interact with this laptop, once I put it up, I see it. Once I put it up, I see it. You getting me? Oh, I hope somebody is getting something here. All right. So you internalize as much as possible. And what makes you internalize? When you see the picture of what you aspire for, it helps you. So on another sheet of paper, outline in points where you want to be in the next 5 years in relation to that area. Look at that area where you feel low self-esteem, where you feel lack of confidence. You assume that, okay, assuming that I have confidence, this is what I should have done. This is where I should have been. This low esteem, if it is not there, this is what I should be in the next 5 years. Why don't you write it down? I've seen people that are creative with it. Some have put it. Some want to become an engineer. With low esteem, I can't be. Can I write it down? Oh, if I can do this, if I can go this, you write those things that you want to achieve. You want to be a great husband, you want to be a great worker, you want to be a great father, whatever you want to achieve, write it down. Whatever works for you is good. So here, list down the steps. Take each goal and break it down into what is achievable. Yes, what has hindered you so far is lack of confidence. But if you had confidence, maybe you will have gone to take that form to go to that school. Maybe if you had confidence, maybe you will have gone for that promotion exam. Maybe if you had confidence, maybe you will have approached your boss for that thing. Lack of confidence will keep you where you are. Lack of confidence will keep you where you are. You know, this morning in church, the pastor was saying some things, and I remember teaching on that topic where this man, they call this guy's name Jacob. The guy's name Jacob. His father was rich. His grandfather was exceeding rich, Abraham. And this man, you can imagine the son of a rich man who had promises around him. This man became a slave, working for his father-in-law. He worked for his father-in-law for 21 years. First 7 years, he worked for cattle, for the wages. The next one, he worked for one wife. The next one. Now, this fellow, because of lack of, this man is the one that is paying my salary, you know, so that, and I'm married to his daughter. I don't want him to be annoyed. And then he continues to work in that place. even though it was not, this 10 times this man changed his salary. You are in that office, your salary is being changed, you are not getting the necessary promotion, and you feel, well, Kai, a bird in hand is better than two in the bush. Let me just stay here. You don't have confidence to launch out to the world. You don't have confidence to even submit. When people are submitting applications, you are looking and saying, which qualification do I have? Can I qualify for this thing? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this man, after he served this man for 21 years, about 21 years. But one day, the confidence came, and he took up paper and he wrote his resignation letter. How many times have you made up your mind that I'm leaving this job now? I have talent inside of me. I know what to do. Is it not me? If I do this, and you can talk that business with somebody, you can discuss that business with somebody, you've discussed a lot of ideas with people, and you feel you are so, I can do it now. If I do it? I have the experience. My father did this and things. You have the knowledge, you have the experience. But anytime you write the resignation letter and you go, the moment you get to the office, you will remember children's school fees, house rent. Oh my God. Let me leave this thing first. I will come and do it later. You lose confidence in yourself. That ability. You hear some of you hear some words like this and you get gingered up. In fact, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this now. Then tomorrow you go and then you say you face reality. What's reality? What's reality? What's reality? He said, this man, he wrote the resignation letter and he took it to the man. He said, sir, I'm resigning from your job today. The father-in-law said, no, Jacob, you're a wonderful guy. You can't resign. He said, why? He said, no. He said, I know by understanding, by divination, that God has blessed me because of you. Can you imagine that? That God, most of you are praying for God's blessing. You are praying for, God is blessing you. You are working in an office, your boss is paying your salary. That is God's blessing, man. And it may even be because of you that company is growing up fast. Because of you. But, he said, God has blessed me because of you. The man said, so if God can bless you because of me, let God bless me now because of me. I'm resigning. The man said, no, Jacob, you can't resign. Don't worry, what is your problem? Is this salary? I'm going to double your salary. He said, just name it. The boy said, no. If you double the salary, I'm not taking. Just let me go. And then after much argument, the man knew that he was going to lose this guy. And then suddenly, this guy said something. He said, Oga, I want you to write down somewhere, profit is better than wages. Profit is better than wages. The man said, sir, okay, let's do it like this. Don't pay me salary again. If you want me to be here, and because I respect you as my father-in-law, let's do something. Let us go into profit sharing. He said, what do you mean? When the goats come and they have lines, let it be my own. He just said that, and the man said, yes, it's good. Let me tell you, the secret of that business was not revealed to him until he took that dangerous step. It was after he has resigned, that was when the idea of what to do came to him. And within 1 year, this man became so rich that the children of his father-in-law began to envy him. When the confidence comes in you, you break bounds. When confidence comes, you break barriers. When confidence comes, you achieve your goal. Attach timelines to it. When are you going to take your move? When are you going to achieve it? Put it there. It doesn't have to be a specific date. Okay, I've put a date. I'm working towards it. As the self-confidence that comes in you, as you continue to say it, it begins to build up in you. You are ready to focus and be patient to achieve your goal. You may not achieve each goal in time that you have set for it, but that doesn't mean that you have failed. It doesn't mean you have failed. Maybe a little reorganization, maybe a little things. Just continue in that success mindset. Remember that self-confidence is a mindset. Some people are born with it as a gift. They can just dare anything. They are just confident anywhere you see them. But for some people, they have to build it up. They have to learn it. They have to train themselves at it. So many of us have to train because of how we grew up. You see, There are some children that were born into the rich and the affluent family. Some of them, they just have confidence. It's not just, they don't have to learn it. They don't have to learn it. It's just in them. When you are saying it's impossible, they say it's possible. They just see themselves that they can do it. But some people, we have to learn it. And one of the ways that you will learn it, I got something for you, which has helped me so much, which I also want you to use. I got it from the book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It is called the self-confidence formula. And I want us to quickly go over it before we wrap this up. The self-confidence formula. The self-confidence formula. Look at it. Sorry. Oh, what is this? Sorry, please. All right. Now, you can get this. It's either you screen grab it, or you can go on Google. You can just go and type self-confidence formula by Napoleon Hill. The first thing here, look at this. Please, if you have not been paying attention to me, I want you to pay critical attention to this statement, because this statement will help you in the attainment of your goal in life. Number one, it says, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment. And I hereby and now promise to render such action. Are you making that promise to yourself? That now there's a definite chief purpose in your life. That definite chief purpose that low self-esteem has kept you from achieving. What is that definite chief purpose? See, when you don't have a definite chief purpose in your life, when you don't have purpose, I tell you, confidence will come in. Even in the face of failure, it seems things are not working out. There's a confidence that drives you. Secondly, I realize the dominating thought of my mind. Do you get that? The dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outwards physical action. What is the dominating thought of your mind? If the dominating thought of your mind is fear, if the dominating thought of your mind is low esteem, it will find expression. But if the dominating thought of your mind is success, I tell you confidently, he said, and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, listen, I will concentrate my thoughts. Listen to that. I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become. Oh my God, I believe somebody got that. I will concentrate my thoughts. I want to be a great father. I will concentrate my thoughts 30 minutes daily. I want to be a successful businessman. I will concentrate my thoughts on 30 minutes daily. And how do you do it? You can have the picture of the kind of thing you want to become and concentrate on that picture of who you want to become. You concentrate your thoughts that you intend to become, thereby creating in your mind a clear mental picture of that person. Are you looking at yourself as a confident person? Look at those things that you will do and you will think that, yes, I'm confident. Put that picture and play it in your mind. Third, I know through the principle of auto-suggestion. I'm going to treat that topic very soon. Auto-suggestion. What do we mean by auto-suggestion? Suggestion. That's suggesting things to yourself. When you say, I am great, I am a winner, I'm a success. You know, I can do it. I have the capacity. You know, you are auto-suggesting something to yourself. My desire and my persistent, I know through the principle of auto-suggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind, look at where the mind is playing again, will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the objects back of it. Therefore, there's always a commitment. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Did you get that? Everything you want to achieve in life centers around self-confidence. You see yourself achieving it. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim. That's what I told you. Go and write it down. You say, write the vision, make it plain, so that those that see it will run with it in life. What is your definite chief aim in life? And I will never stop trying until I will have developed sufficient what? Self-confidence for its attainment. I have a goal in life to help destinies. I have a goal in life to empower. Part of my goal is that by the grace of God, I want to be one that will create the most millionaires in Nigeria, help a lot of people to become millionaires successful in Nigeria. I have that as one of my definite chief purpose. What do I need to do? I never knew. I didn't plan this. Thank God for COVID-19. These are part of the benefits of COVID-19. And I began to look at what are the things. And they say, okay, why don't you do this? Start getting people. It's not until you teach people business. If you change their mindset, if people have the right mindset, they can start thinking of businesses that will make them successful. And it will be maybe from one word they had here, one word they had from our training. That word began to make them to become successful. My definite chief goal. Self-confidence. I will have said, oh, I don't have enough grammar to speak. What am I going to be saying if I'm to do this thing every Sunday? What am I going to be talking about? Well, I don't have to think about it anymore. The fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Whatever you want to do must be built on truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction. You must make this commitment to yourself, which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed. Listen to this. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others as he that serveth. Don't think you want people to serve you and you are not ready to serve. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude, please get that. No confidence, self-confidence will not come with a negative attitude. A negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. Negative attitude towards others. You are thinking you are better than this person. You are thinking that this person is not worth it. Somebody is successful and you are envying the person. Negative attitude, unforgiveness, hatred, anger towards others. He said, I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. Ladies and gentlemen, these words, can you internalize these words? I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it loud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence. It will gradually influence. Oh, this. Okay. It will gradually influence my thoughts and action so that I become self-reliant. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to please make a commitment with me tonight that you will go on Google tonight and download this self-confidence formula. Please, everyone listening to me tonight or anytime you choose to listen to this, print it out, begin to listen to it, hear yourself, begin to build self-confidence. For us to change, for us to be successful, we need to build the self-confidence. How will you start? Will you follow the things and the principles that we've shared tonight? I want you to do something, because every time we're going to be dropping this on YouTube, we're going to be dropping on Facebook. If you want to check it out on Facebook, you want to go over this again, If you check it, Olusola Popoola, you'll be able to look at the video again. Then on our YouTube handle, on Olusola Popoola, you can just check it out. And, like our pages, we will be sending, those of you in our chat groups, we'll be sending it to you regularly, various videos. And every Sunday night, make it a time with me. Every Sunday night, by the grace of God, I make a commitment that I will continue dishing out this. And you have one or two friends that you want them to listen to this kind of talk. It is not anything. I'm not asking you to join any program. I have programs and trainings that I do, empowerment programs that I do that are separate from this. This is just about you, personal development. Let's start thinking and changing our mindset. Remember, for you to be transformed, you need the transformation of your mind. And somehow you must get the message across. So ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday is going to be another time together. I want you to do as much as possible. Share the knowledge with some other people. Invite other people. When you get the message, just share it with them that let's come and rub minds. Very soon, maybe the last Sunday of the month, we use the last Sunday of every month for maybe questions and answers on different areas. Because within this hour, we are unable to do question and answers and things. So we reserve the last Sunday of the month for question and answer. So if you have questions and things that on any topic that we do in the course of the month, just write it down, note it down. The last Sunday of the month, by the grace of God, God willing, we will handle all questions. By the grace of God, as a life coach, I'm interested in you, in your success, and the success of your family, spiritually, physically, materially, and otherwise. Once again, is your very good friend and partner, Olusola Popoola. I wish you a wonderful week. It's the month of June. I tell you, it's a month of jubilation for you. You will succeed beyond measure. Go out, build the confidence. Remember, success is achieved and maintained by those who keep on trying. Once again, Olusola Popoola, God bless you. Have a wonderful week.